right? When the DM gets excited, it's better than a bored DM. So we all know that last week, this party literally got into a pissing match with three or four gods, two armies, and each other. Just sort of in general, like it wasn't enough to have all that pissed off. You guys were all throwing each other under the bus, and Thanos was all like, "Why? And I'm going to kill you, but I don't want to kill you," and all these fun things. But at the very end, the group decided to finally trust Thanos. You made that decision that you guys have been literally hanging on to for the past, like, I would say 40 sessions, where you're like, should we or should we not trust Thanos? And you finally placed your trust in this man, and Kieran literally gave his life to heal Thanos. Because remember, Thanos has already been saying, "I'm dying." He said that from the very beginning. "I am dying, and with my last breath, this is what I want to do." And so Kieran gave up his life essence so that Thanos could be fully healed and fully show his true form, which was this glorious black and gold dragon that rose into the sky to try and fix the hole that Teledry and Kieran had created to bring him there in the first place. Amidst the turmoil of this cursed dragon Fafnir trying to stop Thanos, his own son, Mordu Kavar, trying to stop him in his cursed dragon form, pretty much a bone dragon, if you will. The party did the unthinkable, having some great rolls, literally stopping two god-level dragons in their tracks to give Thanos the time he needed to do something, to heal, to fix whatever it was that he could do with the mess that the party literally had created. All the while hearing the worm, the giant serpent, the Jormungandr, kind of whispering to all of you, keep going down this path, as if to say, you are all doing the right thing, keep going. And of course, the last thing you heard Thanos say to all of you was that he was sorry, and thank you for believing. I'm just saying Peter Pan in my head. Thank you for believing. So all of that happened. When you woke up, you were all in a wooden chamber, sitting at a table, and you knew nothing about who you were or how you got there. As in, literally, your memories have been wiped. Now, here is what that means. Just so you all know how you're playing this. Your memories of all of the major events of your life have been 100% erased. You do not know about your family. You don't know about each other. You don't know about your deities or patrons or any of that. You know none of that stuff. However, very much like Jason Bourne, you know everything else. You know what doors and chairs and horses and like a horse-drawn carriages. Like if you had to get on a horse and ride, you know how to ride a horse. You know how to use your magic.
So like the instinctual thing.
Okay, so we're not totally dumb.
No, you're not idiots. You just have no memory of any events in your life. But you can fight, you can walk, you can do anything that you should be able to do as a person. All of your spells, everything. Now, you may not know why you have magic, but you know that you have magic, that kind of a thing. So, Melissa, you wouldn't know that Alexander exists, but you could call upon your patron weapon and use it, And if Alex talks to you, you can decide how you respond to Alex. Same for Lunas. That'll be fun. But, like, for instance, Estrella knows that she has healing magic, but you don't know you're a cleric. You don't know you spent time learning from the other clerics, all that kind of stuff, right? So that's kind of the rub. Same for Yasin. You know sea stuff, man. Your boats are still out there. Like, if you wanted to, you could take command of a vessel and intrinsically know what to do with it. You just don't know why. And Mud, everything you've ever learned in the arena, all your fighting,
Mud
all
Smash.
those Mud Smash, it's all there. But again, you don't remember any of your time in the arena. You don't remember Nim. None of those important details.
Oh damn, we don't remember Nim.
No, that's the big. So this is what's going to be fun. This is going to be hard to play. As a person, like as Melissa, Jessica, Eli, Emily, you're going to see things and know things that you go, oh shit, I recognize that. Isn't that so and so? But your character knows nothing.
I know, this is gonna be so hard.
This is the hard part, but this is what's going to make it fun. Your character knows nothing. You have at your disposal now the ability to change anything about your character you want. Anything at all. Accents, personalities, anything. You can change it because you're a brand new person whose first memory is waking up in this wooden chamber, sitting at a table across from all these weird, dumb faces.
So I suggest that Mud has a hipster vibe and a Valley Girl accent.
Totally. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys. We should totally go just take a selfie.
Mud Smash.
Mud Smash.
Mud Smash. Hold on. I need to write about this first. Hold on.
So that is where we start today's session. Now, the last thing that had happened, as all of you looked around the table and were kind of like, I don't know anything, I don't know any of you, what the hell, is an old man burst into the room through the only door that there is there. So, as he steps into the room, let me describe how this man looks to you. He is, by all accounts, what you would think of as a stereotypical wizard. He's got the long blue robes with golden accents and trim, and he's got this long white beard, and he's bald up top, completely smooth. He's actually, you notice that his head is like uniformly smooth, like it's quite nice, you know. There's like no weird bumps or anything. You're like, wow, that's like a gumball. It's just so round up there. And he does have these golden spectacles that are like half moon, kind of like Dumbledore's half moon spectacles that sit on the edge of his nose. He has very pale skin, and you notice that when you look at his hands, because he kind of comes in, he's like, "Huh!" and his hands are kind of right in front of you. He's extremely bony. When you look at him, you can see all the different veins and bones and things like that in his hand. He's an old dude. He's an old dude.
Chart his vein mapping.
Oh yeah, no, you can just you just have a heyday with that.
Oh no.
But he jumps into the room and he, finally, you're all awake. Well, most of you. And he notices that there are two bodies that are sort of still slumped at the table. One of them is Leah's character, Kelladry, and the other is someone that no one has actually ever met before, Dawson's new character. In fact, what you see right now is sort of this 2.5 foot tall Warforged. A Warforged, of course, is a metal person. This is based on what he sent me. So just this little powered down dwarfish metal man, just kind of there, literally like on top of the table, because in the chair you wouldn't really see much of him. So he's kind of sitting on top of the table at this point, just sort of there. But you notice that the two of them have not fully awakened yet. They're still, whatever happened to the group, they're still suffering from that. This wizard looks at you and he goes, speaking of everyone, here they come. Excellent timing. It's amazing. Almost like I planned this.
And
Okay.
there's also
Speaking of everyone,
Wizard is always precise. Ah, fuck. Where'd they go?
Is Rinsler the wizard?
yeah.
I am the wizard.
I am the wizard. Sniff, 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 sniff. I am the wizard. It's like now I gotta wait for them because I saw them pop on.
I am the wizard. There's another.
Oh yeah.
We got
She's just getting comfy.
so many wizards in this. So many wizards.
I have a reaction. Oh,
Or so
We've
cute.
become very close.
Yeah. Sniff, sniff, sniff.
I have a reaction for Mud when we'll get to that, but
Sure. I'm just waiting on
oh,
Dawson
no,
and
it's,
Leah.
it's fine.
We're just
We're
starting.
just starting. We can get them in here. We can get them in there.
Sorry, our puppy child is barking at us to get him out of bed. So
Oh, right.
like woof 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 in the back room. We're like, shh.
All right, so we didn't get very far. I did. So just so the two of you know, obviously you know nothing of your history, your past, each other. But what you do know is all of the skills you need to survive. Very Jason Bourne, if you will. All of your magic, all of your abilities, it's all there. You have all of your street smarts. You have all of that. What you don't know is why you can do what you can do. So, Caladri, you would remember, you know that you can teleport. You know that you have the ability to, but you don't know why you can do these things, right? So, I kind of recapped the last story, and we're all waking up in this room together. The two of you have woken up last, literally as the wizard bursts into this room, blue-robed, golden accents and kind of writings across the robe, if you will. Very bony, gnarled old hands, a long white beard, very smooth and bald. I'm looking at Dawson.
Freshly shaven.
And with spectacles that are a half moon, gold rimmed half moon spectacles that sit on the edge of his nose. This wizard comes in and goes, "Ah, you're all awake. Well, finally those two have woken up too. Good, I don't have to repeat myself. Excellent."
Mud automatically reacts and like gets up, like knocking her chair over, grabs her weapon. She's just like,
Easy. It's okay. Have a seat. What I'm about to say is gonna freak the shit out of you, and I don't want you holding a weapon as I talk. Please.
flips it down and puts like the hammer side down, but she doesn't sit. She's just gonna.
All right, I'll take it. Jeez, damn. Oh, my heart. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that none of you remembers who you are. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and none of you know how you got here.
Oh?
All right, we talked about that. That was a contingency. We knew this might happen. And it has. Yay for me. Shit. Okay. He looks around the room and he starts with Mud. My tall female berserker who wants to kill me. Your name is Mudream. All your friends call you Mud. Believe it or not, these are all your friends sitting around you. These are your friends.
The squishy ones.
The squishy ones. Interesting, you've lost your accent since we last talked.
I never had an.
Oh shit. Okay, that's a side effect. Okay, that's fine. And he goes around the table, and so he points to Grim, and he goes, your name, just so you know, is Valencia. Okay? You're part of this party as well. Yeah, it's fine. It's a weird name, I agree. Valencia, Estrella, Yasin, Teledry, and, you know, honestly, I can't remember your name. There used to be another guy named Kieran here, but that was a long time ago. Maybe you want to take a chance to introduce yourself to the group. I'm old.
You all see this tiny little mechanical warforged staring with big doughy eyes. He's about 2.5 feet tall, and he has a head as shiny as mine, and it has GLK stamped by some sort of branding that burned it into like a casing on his chest, and he's just kind of blinking at everybody. Well, I don't really know. Who can I be? And he kind of like gets curious and looks around.
I'm gonna point at your branding and be like, Dulk.
Gulk.
Gulk, that's maybe GLK. Huh. You know, I'm gonna call you Pinocchio.
Jill?
And here's how we're gonna go from it. So, good, you've all met each other. You all know who you are. Well, at least you know your name, right? Don't forget it. Mud, Pinocchio, GLK, Valencia, Caladri. Like, he's just like, don't forget your name. And you see him kind of drilling this in. And he goes, okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You all killed Thornus. Yeah, that name doesn't mean shit to you, does it? Damn, okay.
I kill a lot of people.
Her accent came back.
Your accent came back.
I kill a lot of people. I don't
And there you go.
This is not going to work. Okay, here. It's been 3 years, okay? The last thing you would have remembered is being on an island where Thornus was trying to fix something that you had caused, a rip in the fabric of space and time. Which, by the way, is why I'm here, but we'll get to that later. Yes, Estrella.
We've been sitting in a room for 3 years.
No. No. Idiots. You're all a bunch of idiots. Are you stupid? You're simple. Here, keep up, all right? It's been 3 years that you've all been doing things together. We have actually been journeying together for 3 years, trying to fix what you have caused, and that led you to killing Thornus, the god who's been trying to fix all this in the first place. Now he's dead, and you know what? Just come outside and take a look, all right? Just come outside, you idiots. And he opens the door and just kind of billows out with his cape and cloak and everything. Do you all follow this unnamed wizard?
I'm gonna watch what everybody else does. I'm gonna just look at everybody like,
magic people, they sure have a flair for the dramatic.
I don't have all day.
I'm like scanning all of the people around me.
Door.
Makes his way to the door, but on passing GLK, he sniffs him, and then he keeps going.
I'm gonna look at Austin.
I'm gonna use that opportunity and just like scan him for any shiny objects.
Oh.
Roll investigation.
Some of those, I think.
GLK.
Oh, it's G.
17.
17. Yeah, you see shiny
Yeah.
objects.
I'm gonna follow him.
and so you do notice that Yasin, given the pirate background that he doesn't remember, he does have some baubles and some adornments and things that are on him that you instantly track and take notice of. And so with your grubby little hands, you follow him out the door. Who else is stepping out, or what else is everybody else doing?
I'm definitely watching everybody before they leave. Like, I don't trust anybody behind me.
Estrella's gonna get up and go to step out, but I'm gonna do like a full like head out the door before I take a step.
You see what this old wizard was talking about. And not to reveal anything before the party gets to see it, but your eyes widen in shock. You've never seen anything like this before, but you were just born today, so that could have something to do with it.
I want to head out the door.
You want to peek out the door?
I want to go out the door.
Oh yeah, out you go. That leaves us with Kelladry and Mud.
I'm gonna follow everybody else out the door, just apprehensively.
Stay at the back.
Yeah.
So then last
I'll
one
give
out
him like
would be,
10 paces and then I'm gonna follow.
last one out is Mud. As you all step outside,
Don't give me that face.
of course, some of you see this beforehand. Mud, you see this last. But as you step out into the world, you see what you know in your mind does not make sense. You can't remember your life, but you do remember that skies are normally blue, or when it's night, there's stars, or that buildings shouldn't be floating in midair. And yet, when you step outside, this is what you see. A sky that is pitch black. There are no stars. There is no light anywhere coming from a moon or anything like that. It is oppressively black. And in the sky are floating ruins. Buildings that seem familiar, but that your character would not recognize. Now, as the party, I'll tell you this. You see ruins from Faerun. You see pieces of the Tavern of Realms. You see pieces of Hyrule Castle. You see pieces of Burke and the different kingdoms that you visited while there. All of these are floating in the sky, maybe 30 to 100 feet up, different levels, different distances, being held by some unseen force. They don't really move. They don't rotate. They're just there. And occasionally, lightning flashes across the sky. This lightning always is a color: red, green, blue, purple. As a player, you would notice this is the same lightning you've seen in the Tavern of Realms. It makes no sound. It just is light that flashes across the sky in arcs of energy. This is what I've been talking about! It took 3 years, and somehow your party led to all of this. And we had been warned that you would not have a memory of it. So here we are. Idiots. Now we have to fix it. Yes, Valencia, what would you like to say?
I'm gonna say, who are you again?
And he that's actually a good point. I'm such an idiot. You're right. My name is the Doctor.
Oh,
You would know me. Well, you wouldn't. People here in this place, it's not even a realm anymore properly, they would know me as Merlin. So please feel free to use the name Merlin. But as we traveled for 3 years, you knew me as the Doctor.
What?
Time and space, Yasin. Who do you think you'd summon?
This is a
Now
really
that we're all properly acquainted and caught up, is there any questions before we begin?
What's a merman?
Mer-
I like poking him.
You know, you're the newest one here, and I can't stand you.
Merman.
Lin. Lin. L-I-N.
Min.
Lin.
Multiple mer. Oh.
Say it right, or I'm going to make you 2 feet tall.
His voice goes a little bit more automated. Merlin.
I'll take it.
Excuse me.
That's fine.
Much
Well,
better.
Oh, this is going to be painful. I forgot when you came along the journey. I honestly don't remember when you got here.
I don't either. Should
Any
I?
other questions?
Can
Yeah.
Galaji just
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
there you go. Okay. I just say, can Galaji just interject and looking at Merlin, I just say like, I mean, why should we listen to you?
Why should you listen? That's a fair point. That's why should you? Because all of you are stupid, and I'm the only one who's smart here. You don't know anything. You don't know where to go, what to do, and if you walk off in any random direction, you could probably die. In fact, you will die. So you can either
Well, you
trust
guys
me.
might die.
Oh, you'll die too. Don't worry. So you can all either follow me and trust that we have been together, or go on your own. And see what you encounter. Oh, for fuck's sake. And he points to like Estrella and then Yasin.
Sir, your stuff is in the sky.
That's not my stuff. Wow. Okay. Yes, you, Yasin. Fine.
I have a question just
Yeah.
to what does Merlin look like currently?
Merlin is an old man, bald, long white beard. He's got half moon golden sunglasses, very wizardy robes, bright blue robes.
Right.
With all, so yeah, that
He's
dude
the
I
same
described
guy.
before. Same dude.
Same thing you described.
Oh, yeah, I know, but like he says the doctor. I'm thinking
Yeah.
like
No,
Did you automatically think Tenet? Because me.
No, so to be fair, just so you know, as players, this is not a doctor that has ever been shown before. In fact, the best way to think of him is if Christopher Lloyd was playing the Doctor. That's kind of what you're seeing
Slash
right
Merlin.
now.
Okay, that's okay.
Just with a long white beard, but that kind of bald head that Christopher Lloyd's got going on and those big ears and stuff, that's him. Just, Marty!
The flux capacitor.
Are there any other dumb questions before we get going? Okay, good. Fine, thank you. Put your hands down. Okay.
It's just like that.
Follow me, if you would, please. I promise this will make sense with more time. Maybe your memories will come back. Please, I hope your memories come back. We have to fix this. And Merlin just kind of turns and walks and heads towards what you can now see in the distance is kind of this bubble. And it looks very much like kind of like an oil slick wood, this kind of shimmering multi-toned colors that spread across the surface of this perfect bubble shape. You can barely see through it. And what you see on the other side is a castle, a very large, regal, medieval style castle with the tall parapets, the kind of the guards lookout places on top, this huge drawbridge in the front, very, very stereotypical castle, if you will. And all of you head towards it. Yes.
I'm gonna ask Merlin. I'm gonna be like really close and like quiet. I'm gonna be like,
Yep.
"Am I a princess?"
He's gonna look at you and he's gonna go, "Yes, you are. You're the princess of shut up until we get to the castle. Can you do that?"
Mud's just gonna walk by and go, I'll follow you. But it's not because you told me to. I'm
It's not
honestly
because-
just curious.
Oh, excellent.
Estrella get the joke, so she's gonna walk by and go, "Oh, Your Highness."
While all of this commotion is
Y'all are rude.
happening, GLK is going to desperately grab at the shiniest thing on Yasin's, like hanging off of Yasin's belt.
Okay, so here's how this is going to work. I want you to make a stealth roll, and I want Yasin to make a perception check. Whoever gets the highest roll wins. Or actually, not stealth. I'm sorry. Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand makes more sense for GLK.
They're both the same stat, so.
Cool.
2.
What'd you get, Yasin?
I've got 17.
24.
Damn. Oh, you built a sneak thief. You really did. Sheesh. With that, Yasin, I'm going to let you decide what's on your belt that he grabbed. You're unaware of it, but I want you to decide what your character is wearing. You know, is it a valuable jewel? Is it some sort of family heirloom that he grabbed? Is it a treasure from a previous heist? You know, whatever you want it to be.
Let's see. Looking at things I actually have. Let's see. I'm going to say. I'm going to say he. Oh no, I'm wearing that. Let me see.
Don't give him something that's valuable like a weapon or a ring or something that you use in combat. Just a bauble for right now.
Yeah, okay. I'll just say
Like a bottle with a pearl in it or something.
Yeah. I'll say it was like a shiny medallion or something that I had hung on my belt.
Yeah. And so, yeah, GLK, you reach out and you grab this, but your servos are so quick that it's almost like a piston just goes, you know, and it just kind of reaches out, grabs it, and pulls it back in. And Yasin is completely unaware that anything was taken off of him. Now, the two closest people to Yasin is probably going to be Estrella and Keladri. So I want the two of you to make perception rolls. If you can beat a 24, you saw him do this. If you can't beat a 24, you didn't see it.
Oh my
Start chewing on the medallion.
How do I do
You just go to your
perception.
Why did that make me laugh so
I got a 24.
Okay, 24 meets it, beats it. That's how we do it. If you meet it, you beat it. What did Keladri?
15.
Okay, so Keladri's really not paying attention to Yasin. You're paying attention to what's going on around you. You're keeping a track on Merlin and all that kind of stuff in the party, but not Yasin specifically. Estrella, for whatever reason, your ears, again, being the half-elf that you are, you do have exceptional hearing. And you probably picked up on the little servo kind of as it kind of locks in, and you turn your head just in time to see this 2.5 foot tall dwarven warforged just junk, and just reach out and grab that off and immediately put it in his mouth and just kind of like start chewing on it like a little kid. How do you react to that?
Okay, so given the fact that I don't know who he is or what's going on, but I have like a basic concept, Estrella's thinking this is either a pet or like a baby. Is this a cat? I don't know. I'm gonna take out one piece of gold and I'm just gonna like let it glint a little bit and see what happens.
Go for it.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a little head pat and be like, it's a pet. Cool. All right.
If I pet it, it's a pet.
Yeah. It kind of looks up and is just like, is that a compliment? Just keeps chewing.
So that happens. As you're all kind of walking up, and Estrella is making this discovery about GLK, right? GLK, cool. So I'll make sure I'm getting it right. It's like Martin Luther King with a G.
Or Gulk.
Gulk. As this kind of back and forth is happening, unfortunately to Yasin's like just going straight over his head, you all make it to kind of this bubble, if you will, the entrance to the castle. And Merlin goes, I guess I should be explaining things like you've never been here before. Okay, sorry. Welcome to Camelot. This is where Queen Guinevere rules with her Knights of the Round Table. or at least what's left of the knights, and frankly, what's left of the kingdom after the last cataclysm. Well, she'll be able to explain things to you and help you as far as how do we get your memories back. I'd rather let her explain. So, here we go. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. And you see him kind of pull out from his robe this, it looks like a wand, but it's not a wand. You would all know it as a type of sonic screwdriver. As players, you would see this, you would recognize this, but your characters just see this cylindrical metal object come out of his hand, and at the top of it, it glows a bright purple as he says his magical incantation, if you will. The shape of it is very akin to Matt Smith's sonic screwdriver, if you remember the 11th Doctor. So it has this sort of prong that kind of comes out at the top that holds the gem together. It's a little bit thicker than your average sonic, almost like the handle of a sword, if you will. It kind of has that feel and grip to it. And then at the bottom of the pommel, you notice that there is a blue gem that is there that isn't lighting up at the moment. But you all see this as he kind of holds it lazily and rolls his eyes. And then there's a kind of a slit or a zipper tear that happens within the bubble. And then it sort of lifts to either side and goes, come on, let's get in. If you're wondering, this is what's actually keeping most of Camelot intact and preventing it from turning into those over there. And he points to the ruins that are floating out in the void. Come on, everybody in.
How many camels live on this lot?
Oh my god.
I find it amazing that losing your memory means that you've also lost your brains. It doesn't work that way. You just don't know camels on this lot. I swear. Get in there.
Blood just kind of starts poking the bubble like, oh, that's weird.
Make a strength saving throw.
Nice.
You done fucked up.
I was hoping somebody flicked the bubble. Flick the bubble. Go ahead. Flick the
Of
bubble.
course, just goes like, I'm gonna flick it.
16.
Um,
And that's rolling a 6.
here's what I mean. Your strength is good. Here's what happens. As you start to flick the bubble out of the corner of Merlin's eyes, he's like, and you just flink. And as you do, the bubble retracts and then vroom, and just rushes towards you. And you feel it slam into your head. And in 1 second, you're just casually standing. And then next, everybody turns because they hear this as the bubble moves in and out. And they just watch you just go, boom, and just boom, and you flip head over heels backwards. You're actually going to take a bit of damage from this.
That's fine. I have like
Only 1 point. Okay, I rolled
Yes.
a 1 to get lucky. 1 point of damage from this. Also, you all have full health, full magic. It's like you've taken a long rest, so you all are back to 100%, just in case you're wondering. You take 1 point of damage, but it's like you blinked and you're on the floor. And you're just like, and just like cough as is, yeah, I wouldn't do that. Anybody else want to flick the bubble? Put your hand down.
Go put it
Carla does this and Yasin goes.
Do you all step through the little opening that Merlin created?
I'm gonna like scan it with my little eyes. Bubble, a spherical collection of air in a gaseous liquid.
Mhm.
Interesting. Proceed.
That's right, Pinocchio. And one day you too can be a real boy. Get your ass inside.
Damn.
Good boy.
Damn.
walk and laugh and be like, I hate magic. I hate magic.
Everybody in? I'm going to assume everybody's in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear this the same kind of buzzing, high-pitched mechanical like sound that you heard earlier from his sonic screwdriver as he closes the tear behind him, and you watch it just form back together and seal until it is 100% seamless. As you turn and walk into Camelot proper, the first thing that you notice is that the sky looks like sky. It is blue with a very nice warm sun off into the distance, a few clouds that are up in the air. A very picturesque day. Even the temperature feels genuinely warmer. Like, you notice it was a bit cold out in the void, and here you can feel the sun. You can tell its presence is there. And the buildings look clean and well taken care of. The castle itself is well manicured, and there is a good amount of people that kind of make up all of the landscaping, if you will. You see farmers and blacksmiths working their trade. You can smell a couple of food stands as they're kind of making kind of a midday meal for some of the workers. In the distance, you can see guards patrolling up and down the streets, making sure everything is safe and taken care of. They all wear the crest of Camelot, which is this dragon symbol. It is just the head of a dragon, kind of the neck and a head coming up, almost forming a question mark with its shape, if you will. Mouth is open, a bit of flame coming out of its mouth. And this is a gold dragon against a red standard, if you will. And you see that in the distance and kind of all around town, this symbol of the golden red dragon as a symbol of Camelot. All the people are extremely friendly. You even see Merlin change his personality now. And he goes from being this old asshole into a wise old doting man. And he greets, "Hello, well, welcome. Look at you, you little whippersnapper. Well done. Hi." And he's just like waving at the people. And he goes, "Oh, Beatrice, I see that you have worked that metal well. I love the shape and design. Well done, all of you. Good." And then he looks at the party and he goes, "Come along now, come along." And starts walking up the main road. Yes.
I'm gonna look at Estrella and be like, did he just get creepier or is it just me?
I feel unsafe now. I didn't when he was just being an asshole. I feel unsafe now.
Yeah.
Is he a doctor? Did he say?
He said something about a doctor, I think.
Yasin?
Well, I'm going to hear her say that, and then I'm going to go up to Merlin and go, "You said you were the doctor and we knew each other. Doctor who?"
Roll credits.
Somebody had to say.
Somebody has said, "Yasin, it's just the doctor. I will explain more, I promise, just not now. If we hear the Queen out first, and I will answer any questions you or the party have. I do promise that, but we must get there as quickly as we can."
Mud's just gonna kind of lean down on Yasin's shoulder and be like, "Just smile and wave, kid."
I think I'm older. I think we're the same age.
But you notice Mud doesn't actually do what she told you to do. She's just
Yeah.
So you all continue, and at any time, please feel the need to interject. Keladri, GLK, anything?
I would say, I want to look at the doctor and just ask him, why are you being dishonest with these people? This isn't the real you.
Boom.
Damn.
Mic drop.
He stops in his tracks, and he turns towards the party and looks squarely at Keladri, and he grins at you. And it's a very genuine grin. He's not trying to be creepy or even sarcastic. He's like, I've missed your bluntness, Keladri. I really have. I'll tell you now what I told you 2 years ago when you asked me that very same question. People are stupid. Now, you know that you all are idiots, right? Like, I've always called you idiots. It's kind of lovingly, but mostly true. Well, these people out here, Believe it or not, they're dumber. They're not going to take too kindly to saying I'm a 4,000-year-old Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey who got sucked into this dimension because an interdimensional god ripped open a tear through space and time, and my TARDIS got stuck into it, and a cat was looking into a window, and then suddenly, here we are.
I don't think that answers my question. I don't understand any of that.
I'm gonna be like, I heard something about a cat.
Of course, you'd be the one to pick up on the cat. He looks at Keldrin and he goes, the short answer is this. Some people need to be lied to so they can have hope. And some people need to be told the truth so they can give hope to others. 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 now that I think about it, this party was told the truth because you were meant to give hope to these people and others. Because of what you did, you forgot who you are. Well, hopefully we can fix that. These other people, they can't do anything. They're not the right ones. So I lie to them so they have hope. Because that's what the doctor does. He lies. Any other questions? Okay.
GLK is at the blacksmith at this point, after having heard the conversation. He's just staring at the shield or like whatever she's working on. And he's like, according to my companions, you are a stupid. May I eat this?
Also, I appreciate the height. You just see her like, well, hey, now watch it. Yeah, would you? I'm sorry for my small companion here. And you see Merlin come up. What he meant to say is that you were stupendous, and he loves what you're doing. He does have an issue with eating metal, so do you have any scraps? Yes, of course. And she kind of pulls out this very shiny bit of kind of leftover metal, and she goes, here you go, little guy. Enjoy.
I'll give her the half-eaten medallion and then the silver thing.
Good trade. And she looks at Merlin. He just kind of shrugs and goes, kids. And they move away from there.
I need to know. Hold on. Is this Warforged, does he have legs, or is he like on wheels? Like, what is he like?
He basically is like a stumpy little, like, kind of like, think of like a walking kind of trash can, but a little bit more angular and has a little bit more shape to him. And he has like a little bit of like a round-headed top, so he looks like he's always like kind of punched into it. And then his, like, whenever he eats, his little half circle head just kind of goes.
But he
has little legs, yes.
Okay.
Little legs and little hands. Okay, that's awesome.
I'm gonna go over and pick him up. I don't care what he's eating. I'm just gonna like
shake him.
I like you. And she's just gonna put him on his shoulder. Her shoulder.
Like sit off, like trying to like finagle his little like flat body to try and like sit properly and not fall.
She's just gonna hold like a finger up there so he doesn't fall off.
Oh, good. You're making friends again. That's great. Please make friends again.
You have a good vantage point.
He is the least squishy out of all of you, okay? He's made of metal, so like.
Good point, Mud. Good point. This way. And he continues to lead you on. As you move further away from, say, the village area, you notice that you're moving into a more military complex. The homes and businesses and stalls turn into barracks and into where the blacksmiths here are specifically working on weapons and armor. There are training dummies and archery targets that are positioned around. And you just get the sense that this group is trying to stay very prepared, prepping for who knows what, but they are definitely a well-oiled machine of military prowess. And you notice that each one of them, their armor is extremely shiny, and all wear the red and gold crest of the House of Pendragon is what it is. You'll come to learn it's the House of Pendragon. As you step up to the drawbridge, there are a couple of guards who are there keeping watch over the doors that lead through. So imagine this drawbridge has a giant wooden door, but within it are smaller doors that a person could open and step through. And each of those doors has a guard who looks over it with their halberds ready. And Merlin goes, the party and I were here to see the Queen. If I could announce your presence, sir, says one of the guards. Just tell her Merlin and company out here. She's expecting us. It's no big bother. Please don't make it a thing. Of course, my Lord Merlin. Please come this way. And he opens the door. You hear the clink. And Merlin immediately steps through, followed by, I imagine, the rest of the party. Inside the castle, you see tapestries that hang along the walls, but these tapestries tell of a history. And as you kind of walk and look and notice all of them, you see a tapestry first of a king and queen being married to each other. And you watch as the next tapestry shows them ruling over this council, this round table where there are knights who are each holding up their swords to the king and queen upon their throne. And the next tapestry shows a series of battles that have happened. And you see about 5 tapestries that each show a different battle. Some for enchanted objects and holy items like the Holy Grail and things like that, until the final battle shows this Black Knight who stands over a fallen king. And you notice that the king is been stabbed through multiple times by arrows and a sword, and this Black Knight stands triumphant. And the very next tapestry you see is that of a battle-hardened and saddened queen who now leads the round table. However, whereas the first picture showed dozens of knights around it, this last picture shows maybe a handful, 4 at the most, that you can see in the drawing. And then you see in the very next one a tapestry showing Merlin and how he is by the queen's side. And that's the last tapestry that kind of tells this journey as you get up to another set of doors and another set of guards. And the guards kind of give a nod at Merlin and the party, and they go, we were wondering when you would all show up again. Yes, indeed, we were. It's a man and a woman. The man, of course, spindly little guy, very knobby looking. And then the woman, this tall, proud woman who just stares at all of you. You notice she stares at all of you with hope glittering in her eyes, that she recognizes the party and is honored to be in your presence. And as each one of you pass her on the way into this chamber, she nods and sort of salutes each of you and calls you by name as you walk by. Valencia, it is an honor. Mud, your strength inspires us. Keladri, your eyes and wit keep us firm. Estrella, your wisdom and grace, they heal us. Yasin, your courage and mastery of the sea keep us going. GLK, I'm so glad you made it back. And you all get this sense from her, like she's not alone. That, oh my gosh, there he is. Yes. Oh, he's adorable.
That's what you see.
I need that picture.
I like the little
Adorable.
antenna top and everything. So you all get this sense from everyone that not only are you known amongst Camelot, but you're heroes. That this place sees you as heroes. The only person who doesn't is Merlin, but everybody else looks to you as heroes. And you step into this chamber, and immediately you recognize it from the tapestries showing the throne room where the round table is. And as you see it with your own eyes, you realize that these tapestries were either very old or got it very wrong. This room unlike the rest of the castle, is in ruins. It is decrepit looking. The table itself is cracked down the center, a giant gouge in this stone edifice that almost separates it in two. All the tapestries across the wall torn and ripped, most of them where the king would be. And you see a single throne for a very sullen looking queen. Dressed in her full regalia, she looks like one of the knights. Her armor is not polished, and the red on it has gone a deep crimson from dirt and sweat and perhaps even blood from battles. And the golden dragon is dull. But she stands as the party enters and greets all of you. Hello, my friends. It is good to see you all. I am glad you made it safe from your last journey. Is it done?
I'm just gonna look at Merlin. I'm just gonna kind of push him
Throw-
forward. Answer the woman.
Yes, of course, of course. He kind of looks at you as you touch him, like, how dare you? Do not touch the Time Lord. But he takes a couple of steps forward. You watch him bow regally, and he goes, my queen, Guinevere, it is done.
It's like roses.
Party did succeed in our mission, but I'm afraid that the consequences were dire. The problem still persists, though I believe that there is a way to solve it now. The path is clear. Unfortunately, they have lost their memories. Then it is true, then. Our worst fears are realized. We had discussed the possibility of this, Merlin, but you told me that the chances of it were so slim that it was, well, I know what I said. And unfortunately, that has come to pass. We are in the end game now. And it is worse than we thought.
I'm gonna clap him on the back. Good job, Doc.
Oh, God! God, that hurts. I forgot how much that hurt. Thank you. So I take it then, Doctor, that we are planning on, what are we up to now? Plan D, is it? E, actually. Plan E, then. The one that we've been avoiding the most. Yes. The one where we storm the Morrigan's castle. Yes. And the one that means almost certain doom for anyone who goes. Yes. Okay, then. I imagine all of you must have a lot of questions, considering your memory has just been erased from your previous quest. I believe the Doctor, you all know him as the Doctor, yes? And we see some funny faces and some nods going around the room. Yas is just like, no.
I heard his name was Merlin.
Well, yes, the people here do know him as Merlin. He has only revealed his true name to a few of us, the Knights of the Round, myself, and of course you, Heralds of Thornus. I'm sure that name means nothing to you now as well, but at one time it held great weight. I will tell you how you first came to this kingdom, and then gladly answer any questions that you have. It was about 3 years ago when the Doctor brought you to us.
Oh, here we go. She's just gonna like sit down and like lay on the lay down in the chair, just kind of.
My champion Mud, you have not changed much. Though it's interesting that your accent is gone.
I don't have an accent.
You did once. I'm curious as what each of you have hidden from the group that now will be laid bare. Such is the way with memory loss. You are all unburdened now by the death and destruction left in your wake. You have lost friends. Two that you have told me about, Nimriani Sakuv and Kieran Broxel, both who have died to protect this party from worse fates. You came to me broken after Kieran's death, looking for a way to fix this conjunction of realities, this merging of the realms. Though Thornus tried his best to keep everything separate, in the end he could not succeed. The realms did in fact merge. And if not for the doctor here and his magic, and she kind of uses the word sarcastically, knowing that it's not magic, but it's unexplainable, Camelot too would have been lost in the purge. We are one of a few refuges still alive after the convergence. There is another castle not some 50 miles from us, a place known as Ilvermorny. They too have fared well in the conjunction, but many have been lost. Hyrule, Faerun, the shores of Berk are all destroyed, and we fear that each of those kingdoms is lost forever, though we hope not. And that's where each of you comes in. The doctor here had a plan, one that he thought would work, but one that would come at great cost. In the end, it seems that plan was not enough. There is another here, who controls her own space and time, known as the Morrigan, an ancient creature. With her, she controls the realms of darkness, and in this space, where light is at a premium, her power is almost unstoppable. I believe the doctor could explain it best, if you would. Of course, my queen. All of you have an innate fear of the dark. Even if it was only as a child, there was a time where you were scared, where you would turn on every light in the room, when you would run from the dark into a place that was warm and comfortable. You had reason to fear the dark. In it are creatures, vast and powerful. They go by many names in many realms. The Boogeyman, the Vashtanarada, to ignore. The list goes on. I have dealt with them as the Vashtanarada. These creatures eat anything that enters a shadow. While not all shadows house these creatures, they can hide in any shadow. And they all answer to the Morrigan. I believe you know her as the Night Mother. And so, we have to defeat her to get your memories back. In her possession is a vial with each of your names. Within this vial is a silvery liquid that are your memories. We had hoped that we would not be in this position, but here we are. The only way to reunite your memories with you is to get these vials and to take them to the heart of Ilvermorny, to a device known as a pensive. There, you will be able to pour these memories into it and experience what you've lost. Hopefully, with what we do in the next few months, years, however long this may take, and the memories that you regain may be enough to save everyone. Quite right, Doctor, quite right. Now, I said that after we had explained things, we would answer any questions that you have. Please, feel free to ask anything.
After that conversation about darkness and light and dark and light, GLK starts just shivering on Mud's shoulder and accidentally uses summon campfire and pops a little campfire out of his little chest and it like assembles on the floor.
Oh,
Oh, well, you... Oh, that's right, you do, you shit fire.
I was wondering about that.
that's weird. She stands up. Just point me in a direction, guys. I can. Let's get this over with.
Fair enough.
I don't like having my memories controlled by somebody. I'm against it.
I'm against it.
How do we know if we have memories?
Everyone has memories, my little friend. I know for you, at least, your memory should go back roughly 2 years when you first joined the party. Now, what you have before that, I do not know. But I do know that you were a valued member of this group, and that many in Camelot consider you a hero, despite your immature nature. So-
He does that to Mud, like pointing it happily. Like clearly not knowing what a hero is or means.
So Mud is ready to go. But the rest of you, this must be done as a group or not at all. Galadriel.
Can I just look at the queen and just say, ask her, how can we be effective against such a powerful foe? How are we supposed to combat this Morrigan or Night Mother?
I want you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh,
Gonna chuck something at your head.
those are.
Sorry, Rowan lost my dice, so I'm using the icon.
We're using the tablets today.
No worries.
Already dice goblin. Respect.
He thought it was treasure, so it got hidden somewhere.
Oh,
Oh.
Do I just roll 2 times?
Wait, no. No.
25.
as I suspected, because your dex should be high. Barely perceptible to most of the group, but the queen flinches. And the flinch she does is just a quick flick of her wrist, and this dagger sails straight for your head. And without blinking, without batting an eye, Galadriel, your hand comes up and you catch it. You turn and catch the blade and instantly fling it right back towards her. And you watch her bring up her arm barely in time to deflect it off of her forearm armor before it embeds into her chest. And she goes, huh. Whew. You see, Galadriel, you already have what you need to succeed, even if you don't remember that you have it. Believe me, your reflexes are unmatched in this kingdom. All of you are powerful. wizards, champions, healers, thieves, and pirates. You all command the respect of my people and my remaining knights. Trust me when I say, you could take on the Morrigan. If there are no further questions, then I would like to introduce you, for the first time for you, but certainly not for them, to what remains of my Knights of the Round Table, as they may be of some aid to you in the coming journey. And as she says this, two doors open. Through the left door, you see two humans walk out. And these humans are very normal by the party standards. They're your average dudes, if you will. One brown-haired, the other black-haired, fair skin, some cuts and scars on their faces. They're burly guys, but just average. Nothing that you should really pay attention to. But she introduces them, Sir Galahad and Sir Gawain. And then from the other door, two characters walk out who the party would have recognized instantly. May I present Sir Zeroku and his wife, Lady Norshella, our two newest members to the Knights of the Round Table.
I think they're trying to kill us.
And you see Zeroku come out first. 6'3", broad-shouldered, but his hair is pure white. His beard is white. His face is older than you would remember, if you remembered him. His eyes are sunken in, and they glow red, a color not common to orcs. You would all know this. You all know an orc when you see one, but that's not common to an orc species. Nor is the fact that he looks as old as he does. Orcs tend to die at around 30 to 40 years of age. They're a short-lived species. Looking at Zeroku, you would say he was easily 60 years old and still strong, despite that age that shows. It's unnatural. His wife walks in behind him. Her features are a little more sallow and sunken in than before. Clearly older, but in elf terms, not much older. Elves last a bit longer. But there is just the bits of gray forming at her temples, and there's a shock of gray that goes through the center of one of her braids that she has on her hair. This is in stark contrast to her hair, which is white. And so you see this literal gray strand amidst the white of her natural color. But what's most striking about her is the right side of her face. You see on it this massive lightning scar. Not like Harry Potter. This isn't a big Power Ranger symbol on her face. This is like tendrils of lightning that streak across the sky. Her face looks like there are eddies and rivulets and just a crackling of power. And that eye is pure white, perhaps showing that she may be blind in that eye from whatever had caused that damage. Both of them wear very dark armor and robes. As they see the party, their eyes widen. Oh, you're alive. You made it back, Mud. Valencia. Yasin, Keladri, you don't remember us, do you? Grim, you raised your hand?
Oh, that was just like, yes, that's me.
No, but good to finally see someone a lot less squishy around here.
Where'd your accent go?
Squishy.
I don't have an.
What is squishy?
You, we'll get to that.
I'm gonna lean over to Mud and be like, 3 people have told you this. It might have been so.
Why do I talk like this? Like,
I don't know.
We had planned for this contingency. You see Norshella walk up and put a hand on her husband's shoulder before stepping to her position at the round table. We had talked that perhaps you would all lose your minds in what was to come. I imagine then that you actually did it. You killed Thaunis, didn't you? Yes, that is generally what we suspect happened. I wasn't there. You weren't there, Doctor. No! I had places to be, things to do. I can't babysit them all the time. You told me you would be there, that you would not let this happen out of your sight. Rule number 1, the doctor lies. Indeed. Don't forget how I got this scar, Doctor. I'm willing to do it again. And you watch the doctor instantly pull out his sonic screwdriver, and she laughs at him.
Mud just kind of leans back and goes, I want to see what happens here.
Please, Doctor, don't wave a tool at me and expect it to match real power. You're a charlatan in these lands, and you're only here because the Queen wishes it. Lest I show you what true magic really is yet again. Please, everyone, calm down. And you see the Queen move off of her throne and position herself in between Norshella and the doctor. We need to work together if we are to solve the problem at hand, starting with getting the memories back of our champions, then figuring out how to fix this problem. Norshella, as our most powerful mage here, I think you can appreciate the fact that now is not the time for infighting. And you watch as Norshella just growls. And with it, there is this expelling of lightning from her eyes and fingertips that happens. And you just watch Zeroku cross his arms and stand next to his wife. And yet it was the doctor's meddling that got us here to begin with. Or did you not tell them that part, Doctor? We were getting around to it.
Right. I like these two. We'll take those guys. I'll take them. Again, just point me in the right direction. This. You guys know where it is, right?
Norshella looks at you and she goes, "The lair of the Morrigan. Yes, we could take you there."
I'm with them.
Norshella turns to the Queen. Guinevere, we are ready to fix what he screwed up. At your command.
I don't take commands.
You're against them, aren't you?
I'm against a lot of things.
Damn straight. The Queen looks at the rest of you and she goes, Mud is ready? Anything else from the rest of you? Or do you wish to just jump into the next fight? Estrella?
I would like more details about why they're fighting before I have to go fight something on anyone's behalf, please.
Well, we're trying to get our memories back.
Yes, but still. Why are we not here? What's going on? I'm scared.
Who are you asking this question to? You can direct it at any of them.
The queen. I'm gonna direct it at the queen.
Sure. It's a fair question, Estrella. Go ahead, yes.
I'm not opposed to fighting. I would just like some of my memory filled in before I go fight, please.
It's a fair question, Estrella, and deserves an answer. According to Norshella here, it was the doctor's meddling in the time stream to begin with that led to this current course of events. However, from the doctor's point of view, he believes that it was, well, your fault, the party. That at the dawn of this convergence, you all were there. And Tharnis was on his knees, begging for his freedom. But you had torn open a portal through space and time itself that the doctor was caught up in. But you leave one important thing out, my queen. Norshella steps up. The doctor's TARDIS, as he calls it, took that rip and spread it across all known realities. It was contained in Burke. Tharnis had done that much. And then his TARDIS flew through the storm, attracting with it particles and manipulating them until it spread across my home and yours and everyone else's. And now here we are, fixing his mistake. I don't blame the party. They didn't know what was happening. But this man from Gallifrey, the one who calls himself a doctor, he knew exactly what he was doing. It's not like that, Norshella. You know as well as I do that time does not work that way. I've seen you meddle with it enough. The things that you did for your daughter, the ways that you manipulated the timeline just to keep her alive. Don't talk to me about meddling. And there you have it. The queen interjects.
Okay.
GLK is gonna his mouth is gonna kind of open, and he's gonna use comprehend languages and speak in Orcish to Zeroku and be like, now you have all that you need. And he's gonna throw something as hard as he can, the little piece of metal he's been showing on, as hard as he can in mimic of the queen, straight at the chest.
Oh my gosh, nice. All right, so dex save for Zeroku. This ought to be fun. Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Oof.
Assuming that it's a friendly gesture.
Yeah. Oh, so friendly. Okay, hang on. I gotta get Zeroku's. I was not expecting. I gotta get Zeroku's sheet up. Hang on. Oh my god, what is his dex? Hang on. Damn, because I rolled a 10. I need to see my multiplier to what can I add to it? A 10's not high enough. It's gonna hurt him. It's gonna hurt. Oh, please have high dex, man. Do you? Oh shit, it's 11. Nope. Okay. Plus 1 to his dex save. And he's not a fast man. He's just a strong one.
Off his peck, look.
You throw this little sharpened piece of metal, and it just flies through the air like a batarang. And you kind of have this like this I would say impish charm about you as you're like, and it just sticks right into his shoulder. And he looks down at it and then looks at you, and he's going to take just an improvised 4 points of damage from this here.
GLK is innocently smiling as if he's done something very positive.
He's gonna look at that, look at you. There's a little bit of like blood that runs, greenish blood that runs down his his armpit and kind of chest area, and he's just gonna pull it out and go, thanks. And he's gonna just kind of put that into a pocket, take out kind of a rag, and Norshella puts a hand on his, and she just kind of puts her hand up to his shoulder, and then after a second of like a warm glow, the cut's healed and disappears. And she just kind of gives him a look like, now, kids. And he just shrugs.
Mouth kind of closes and looks over at Mud. I used it correctly.
I'm like, bad
Yeah,
robot.
man, she's gonna put down her fist for like a little. Yeah. Yeah.
It's fast but very light.
You're Melissa. You were gonna
I
say
love this
something. Okay,
What just happened?
there it is. So is the party ready to follow Zeroku and Norshella on this journey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess so.
I like it better than the doctor, so.
And that is a choice that comes up now before you, because the doctor steps up to lead as well, and he goes, hang on, we've been doing this for longer than the two of you. I believe I should be the one to take you to the Morrigan. And Norshella, again, not even batting an eye, steps up to the doctor, and she casts thaumaturgy. Valencia, Grimm, you would recognize this spell instantly, but the way that she uses it isn't to darken the room, but it brightens. Every corner, every shadow lights up, and she is just covered in lightning flashes that course all around her. And she steps up to the doctor and she goes, I will not journey with you. Well then, I can see that we've reached an impasse. I leave it to the party to decide. Do you wish to travel with her? A woman capable of manipulating time for her own gain? And then Norshella speaks. Or would you rather travel with an ancient, childish boy who gallivants amongst the cosmos with no care for the damage he causes? Well, there you have it. A bitch or a boy? It is up to you to decide who you take with you on this quest.
I don't have my memories, but I have a gut feeling that as a group, we're great at making these decisions, guys.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
This will be based on, if you want to leave it to a vote, it'll be based on the highest number of votes. So you're either voting for Norshella and Zeroku or the Doctor / Merlin. You cannot take both because Norshella and the Doctor literally hate each other, to the point where you can see that they might exchange blows. Like they may try to use whatever power they have to stop the other one. So
Norshella's the master.
she's
No.
so
I'm just gonna nudge Zeroku and be like, that's hot. Good job.
yeah, I know, right? So yeah, that's oh. So Mud, is that your vote for them?
Oh yeah.
Kelladry, what's your vote?
I kind of want to go with the doctor. I'm gonna have to say doctor.
All right, so that's 1 and 1. GLK, where's your vote?
I will go with the bitch.
All right, that's 2 to 1. Let's go to Valencia / Grimm. What is your vote?
I feel like I guess, Norshella and Zeroku, because there's 2 of them. And as far as I know, they've never left us anywhere. So.
Okay. So that's 3-1.
Respect.
That brings us to Estrella and Yasin. You could either tie this up, or if there's one more vote for Norshella and Zeroku, then that tips the scale. So I'll go to Yasin, then Estrella. Yasin, what's your vote?
Oh, I'm gonna disagree with you on purpose.
Oh, come on. I want to go with the doctor.
Okay. 2 for the doctor.
Yeah, I didn't.
Estrella, do you also wish to go with the doctor?
He's been kind of mean to us so far, and
But funny.
Estrella has lost all of her like character growth, and she's just nervous. And these 2 other people seem a little more confident. So,
All right.
All right. Then that is the vote. 4-2. The party will venture, at least for this part of the journey, with Norshella and Zeroku. Now, believe me, you cannot write the doctor out of this episode. He will be there, and he will come. So I'll tell you that as a party along the table.
Yeah.
I love the doctor too much, and I love my Christopher Lloyd too much to not bring him into this, but he will come in a much different fashion. I would have done the same for the Zeroku and Norshella.
Okay.
So here we go. You will journey forth with them. The doctor looks at all of you, and there's a moment where you actually see a bit of hurt cross his eyes. And he's just like,
We don't know him.
it's fine. I'm fine. Everything's
Hi.
fine.
Fine, I know when I'm not needed or wanted. Norshella,
Do you?
they're your pew-pews.
Pew, pew.
And with that, in a very dramatic fashion, you watch him move his cloak and robes, and he turns and he walks out of the left door to the chamber. And you see the queen, she kind of smirks at his exit. Goes, rather dramatic of him, as always. At least he didn't go to Bermuda this time. I'm sure he will show up again, don't worry. But for now, I respect your choice for taking 2 of my knights with you. I do trust them with my life, and I trust them with yours. They have good intentions. And besides, Norshella's a bad bitch. You see Norshella just control her thaumaturgy and bring everything down. The lighting returns to normal. The lightning stops. And she sort of shakes it off and tries to put a more pleasant expression on her face, which sort of half succeeds because Norshella pretty much has resting bitch face. So it's, it's just kind of there.
Samesies.
As the party gets ready to turn and leave, the doors to the chamber open again, and you hear a guard from the outside announce, "Presenting the envoy to the Morrigan, her illustrious Nimriani Sakuv."
That name sounds familiar.
She walks through the door, strong and confident, wearing robes of deep crimson and black. Gone is the monk look that your party would have so recognized from Nim. And instead, what stands before you is an enchantress. Her robe is low cut. Her skirt is high cut. Her face grins with almost a seductive quality. But what you notice the most about her is a creature that walks at her side. Proud and regal, cast in pure green gem. The creature you knew as Pain walks at her side, and as you watch, he fades in and out of existence, sometimes merging with Nim, separating, shadowing, preceding. It is a display that almost feels like a dance. And the entire time you watch as Nim extends a hand for him right before he appears in that position. And every time he blips in and blips out in this shadowy dance, he grabs her hand and moves to the next position. Grabs her hand until finally he fades entirely. And she stands with her hand in front of you and smiles. Well, it seems the party has, well, made it back from everything now. I don't suppose you actually have lost all your memories, have you? Oh. Oh, you have, haven't you? Cheeky. Well, this is rather fortunate for all of you. See, I came here to kill you. But apparently, you don't even know who I am, do you? Right, 10 points to anyone who can guess my name. Anyone? Oh, yes, you. Oh, do tell us, Valencia, love. Who do you think I am?
They said you were Nim Riani.
Yeah, they kind
Oh, she is a quick one. They asked me when I came through, didn't they? Oh, 10 points to you. You always were the smartest of the group. I like that about you. It's good to see that even without your memories, you still have a brain up there. Well done, love. Well done. Queenie, be a dear and leave us, please. And as she claps, a wave of energy passes over everyone, the table, the walls, each of you, and the queen is instantly separated from the group with a thick green wall. It pulsates with energy. And you almost see this shadow of pain grin at her side and then fade out as she uses his power. Well, now I thought we could have a more private conversation between us. Well, shall I, Zeroku? Good to see you again. Nice that she survived our last encounter. You just watch the two of them stare her down. Oh, what? No warm greeting for your old friend Nim, the one who fought with you through thick and thin, the one who was there at your side as we went and journeyed with Thonis and did all of these amazing adventures together. Yeah. Too bad you weren't there when I had to call on Pain time and time again. He and I worked it out, though. We have a pretty loving relationship. Oh, it's everything you think it is. All the time, dearies.
That's gross.
Don't knock it till you try it. So, what's the plan? You gonna storm the Morgan's castle? Face me and her head on? Match against our beastie? See if you can win back your memories? Is that the plan? Do tell. Who wishes to talk? Come on, we were all friends once. Even if you don't remember, you got to at least feel something. Yeah.
So, quick question.
Hmm.
And I know this doesn't matter to my character, but I'm just curious if you'll
Yes.
know. Is this the one that we traveled with, or is that the one that they traveled with?
It's the one they traveled with. So your Nim is dead, but this new Nim, if you will, the one that traveled with Zeroku and all of them, she is fully aware of your Nim.
So, like, they
Uh,
shared memories?
It's not shared memories, it's she knows the tales. She's heard
Oh.
them. So since you've lost your memories, in a sense, she's trying to play you, kind of a thing, if you will. She knows all about your Nim, and she's trying to dig and jab and do all that kind of stuff. Anybody?
Seems to
Come on.
me you made our job a little bit easier.
Oh, what,
We
Bob?
take care of you first, and then we'll go take care of your boss.
Oh, that is one option. Yeah, I like you. I heard a lot of stories about you. Sure, we could fight it out here right now. I'm game. What about you, Payne? Would you like to fight with these lovelies? And she holds out her hand, and you watch him move to the side and grab her hand. You notice that anytime you see him now, they're always touching. Just an important thing to notice. They're always touching. And you hear his voice. Wherever you lead, I will follow. If that means we have to destroy them here and now, of course, love, we can do that. Or... Oh, yes, I do love the ors. Please tell me. Make me shiver.
Again, ew.
Don't knock until you try. Or we could offer something to them. Something they're looking for, something they want. We could make a deal. And in his hand, a vial appears. And he holds it between his thumb and middle finger. And in that vial, you see a silvery liquid that appears. The vial itself encased in glass and then gold. We could just offer your memories. Here and now. Oh yes, there'll be strings attached for sure. But don't you want your memories? Don't you want to know what you're missing? Don't you want to know why you killed Thornus? What led you to that very moment where you drove your daggers into his heart and his screams ripped open the cosmos themselves? Because that's really where this all leads to, you know that, right? Everything that's happened for the past 3 years, every fight we've had, every heartfelt moment that you can't remember, it led there. You killed the very person you claimed to be helping. It's delicious, really. The irony of it. He's dead, you're alive, you can't remember shit. And me and mine are ready to pick up the pieces. Oh, somebody do say something, please. This silence is just aggravating. Oh, my dear Grim, please.
How far away am I from her?
I would say you're probably about 10 feet at the most.
Okay. This is a new thing. I don't know how exactly it works. First of all, can we tell whose name's on the vial?
No, you can't see a name at this
I
distance.
figured. Okay. I hope this works. I want to try using Arcane Gate.
Okay, explain Arcane Gate to me. That's a new one.
It says you create a linked teleport portal that remains open for the duration. You choose 2 points and on the ground, and you can use it 1 point within 10 feet of you and one within 500 feet of you.
Okay, so what's your plan with this? With these gates? Cool spell.
And it's like a thing that came with upgrading that I got to choose.
Yeah. What's your plan? What do you want to do with this?
Well, I was hoping to get her off guard with just popping up right next to her, but also there's pain. So I'm just seeing if I can be fast enough to get her off guard.
So you want to use the teleport to kind of put yourself immediately next to her, take her off guard, and try to grab the vial.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. I want you to roll sleight of hand with advantage, because this spell would in fact take her off guard. So you get advantage on the sleight of hand roll, and then we'll see what happens.
Do I have that?
Yes, it's one of your like
Sleight of
perception,
hand, yeah,
insight.
It's in the big
It's at the very bottom of that.
stealth survival sleight of hand.
Like on the main page?
Yeah,
Okay.
where you find like arcana, deception, all that fun stuff. It's at the very bottom.
Oh, it wasn't showing before. It wouldn't let me go down. Sorry.
You're good.
Well, I got a 20, but I don't have extras. I was trying to see if I had extras.
Ah, so you rolled a natural 20? Okay.
Nice.
Here's what happens. You instinctively create a portal at your feet and one at Nim's side. And as you do this, everybody watches as for a split second, Grim just falls through the floor and then pops up right next to Nim and Pain. And the surprise on their face is palpable as you snatch that vial and read the name GLK.
I knew it would be mine.
And that is where we will end tonight's episode.